Okay, let's start with spelling unit number 17. Unit number 17 is the new unit, Odysseus and the Trojan horse. That is the title of the story. So open the book on page 170, page 170. There we have the unit number 17. Page 170.
Miss, can I start reading?
Reading. You want to read? Okay. Yes, we have here the vocabulary worksheet. Okay, the Odysseus and the Trojan horse. That is a quick story that we have for this unit. So it's a short story. As you can notice, it's just one page, and the other page what we have is a picture of the representation of this Odysseus and the Trojan horse. Now, Rebecca, you want to read, right? So Rebecca, you can start, yes, reading the first part of this story here. So everybody have ready your book, page 170, 171, yes.
For 10 years, the great ancestor has all things who were from the city of Troy had been at war with each other. The war began because a short young prince named Paris had stolen away a Helen wife of that prince, King Menelaus.
Menelaus.
Many times the great and tried to get past the Trojan army and enter Troy, whom were they filled with each strife.
They fail with each strive. Thank you. Okay, continue with the second part, Rebecca. Also the second here, this paragraph, second. And then Caleb.
Breaking into Troy was especially difficult because a mine wall had been constructed around the city to protect it. To the graves, the truth of the situation had become quite evident. They will have to find a different way to achieve their goal.
Thank you. Continue, Caleb. Odysseus.
Every 6 days was a brave warrior on the great side, but when the war began, the fall, little sets for joining in. Being believed that there was no point in the fight. A blood was over Helen, and they declared to have bring her back to Greece to make sure the Greeks will be high and low. He pretended that he had lost his mind. He so saw with the sea. He was planting in a field. People interpreted his actions as madness. The South were running in the land and kept plans for growing when Menelaus discovered that Odysseus was pretending he ordered Odysseus to go to Troy. It was Odysseus. Well, how at last came up with a plan to win the war. He supplied his chance to Menelaus.
Mira his scheme in Menelaus.
Menelaus were inevitable, improving it in the next few months. The Greeks built a giant horizon. The structure was not a cross. representation instant in the proximate that shapes of a real horses and was a stunning work of art.
Thank you, Colette. Good job. So you see, the Odysseus, they built a horse. They built a horse. That is the picture that you see on this page. It's a big horse made of wood. Okay, excellent. Continue with the reading. Lucia, continue reading, please.
The Greeks placed the horse at the gate of the city of Troy as if it were a goodbye gift, and then pretended to sail away. Into the horse belly their soldiers waiting quietly. Meanwhile, the Greek ships hid behind a nearby
Island.
island. At first, the Trojans did not know how to interpret this gift. Why would the Greeks let such a precious object? The horse was extremely well crafted. Its beauty made a distinct impression on the Trojans. Most Trojans were thrilled. Their first impulse was to bring the horse inside the city, believing that this was certainly a blessing. Others warned that the horse would bring bad luck if we were drowning.
Thank you, Lucia. Good job. Continue with the reading. Rosa, continue reading, Rosa.
The Greeks left behind a man named Sinon. He told the Trojan that the Greeks had given up. He declared that the horse would bring them all good luck. With much joy, the Trojan pushed the wooden horse inside the weight that were built into the wall. They towed the wooden horse to one of the finest sectors of the city and began celebrating their victory. Meanwhile, the Greeks waited until they could spring into action. Shortly after midnight, Sinon quietly unplugged and opened in the horse. By then, Sinon had already
Rented.
rented himself to where things were in the city. He showed Odyssey and the soldier were to go to open the city gates. The great ship had returned to a harbor. And warrior
Chariots.
finally entered the city. By dawn, Troy was burning, and Helen had been taken a wreck in the harbor. The war had been won, and Menelaus had his king once again.
Queen once again. Thank you, Rosa. Good job. Thank you so much. So you see here we have the story of the Odysseus and the Trojan horse. how it was this story. You see in the story, as all the stories, we have some words that we need to see to the meaning and some examples, synonyms and antonyms, like the word constructed, evident, says, decline, interpreted, submitted. We have the word could, approximated, distinct, impulse, sectors, and oriented. So let's see the meaning of these words. Before we continue, I know that you know that we have to complete it on the book, but before that, let's see what is the meaning of word number 1, approximate, class. What do you understand about this word, approximate?
Que se aproxima algo en Spanish.
In Spanish, but try to say now in English. It says the approximate age of a 4th grade student is 9. What it means approximate?
That is
For example, a tornado approximated.
now destroy the house.
Okay, yes, but approximate, class,
Approximate is something that go close and close.
Excellent. It's something that it's close. It is close something. Excellent, as you mentioned. Now, what about number 2, decline? I have to decline the invitation to the party because I'm sick.
Like ignore or
Like
say no.
Like saying no, you refuse. Excellent. What about number 3, impulse? When the movie reached the scary part, I had the impulse to cover my eyes. What is impulse?
I scared.
That you're scared, that is an impulse?
I think that no.
No, it's like the reaction that you have. It's like I have that reaction, the impulse to cover my eyes, something that tells you you have to do it, the impulse. What about sector, class? Each grade was assigned a different sector of the park to clean up.
Sector is
A map.
A map? You think that is a map? Look at this.
It
This is the
It's
park.
like a place.
sector.
No, it's like
forest.
a city that it has
Sectors.
I don't know how to say it in English.
Okay, look at this. This is like a playground. It has here, and it says this is the park, and it says just a different sector. This is one sector. This is another sector. Another sector. So sector is like a part. It's a part. Okay, let's see. Construct. What is construct? The children
To
use the
construct example, construct a house. Or construct
A thing.
To build something. Okay, what is this thing? You can tell the two kids apart because one has a distinct white stripe and around its tail.
Is distant.
What do you understand about this then? Distinct. Look at the kitten. They are different. Excellent. Look at the kitten. They are different. They have different striped lines. Excellent. What about the next word? Interpret. It is hard to interpret messy handwriting.
Interpret a drawing. Interpret
That's in Spanish. Okay, to understand. What about next words? Submit.
¿A papel? ¿Cómo se dice papel?
Paper. Okay, submit. Young children will keep asking for something until you submit their wishes. What is submit? What do you understand about submit?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Like give something.
To give something. Okay, crude. What about crude? We use fallen logs to make a crude bridge across the stream.
Like a thing that you can, I don't know how to say.
Okay, you have the idea. A crude. Look at the bridge. It's a crude bridge. This is the bridge. The bridge, class. Do you think that you can walk in this bridge? It looks like a bridge.
I think yes.
Yes, but it
it's
looks like scary.
peligroso.
It looks dangerous. Okay, yes. But it looks, I feel like it looks like a rock.
Cuenta
It
en
looks
English.
like this bridge. This bridge, it doesn't look like a real bridge that you're gonna use, but some people use these types of bridge when they go from one side to another side. But it's like it's made of the tree. Look at here. This is made from the tree. Okay, the next one, evidence. What do you understand about evidence?
Dice evidence, for
Example,
It's
when
like
the
evidence.
dog eats the
is
cookies, have the
buscar
evidence because
criminal and
door.
look
A lot of things.
to look evidence.
Evidence is something that you can see evidence like this. You see that the multiple prints made it like the evidence that it was a dog there. You see, there you have the evidence. Now, what about orient? It took a few seconds for my eyes to orient themselves to bring sunlight. What is to orient? Orient. Oh, you don't know? Don't worry. Now, next one. The explorer has his sets for adventure and travel. What it says?
Say
To explore.
No, neither. You don't know what it says?
To explore.
To explore. Okay, yes, it can be an explore, have an interest to explore. Okay, good job. Now let's see the definition that we have in page 172 and 173. We have the definition of this word. So we need to complete it, class. We need to complete this part. Write it down in the spaces, the word that we have there. You finished?
Yes.
I finished. I finished this.
Okay, Danny. Hermes, Alberto, Joshua, Camila, your videos. I cannot see you.
I don't know how to say in English, but no me fijé que tenía la cámara apagada. Pensé que la tenía encendida.
You haven't noticed? Okay. Fernando, Dani, Alberto, Camila. Okay, let's see the definition. Here we have the definition number one, that is approximate. It's always exact or correct. That is approximate, class. The approximate age of fourth grade student is 9. The ducks holes approximately the sun of the wolf baying at the moon. So approximate is like an estimator. It's something that it's near, but it's not exact. It's the contrary of exact. Approximate is to be close to the answer, to be close to the amount, but it's not the same answer, is not exact. What about number 2? That it's construct. Construct is to make or build something. When you construct, you build, you create something. Dad and I used to grab some wood to construct a birdhouse. So construct means to compose, to create. It's a contrary of to destroy. If you construct, you cannot destroy because that's the contrary. Number 3, it's crude. What is crude? Crude is something done or made without skill or care. Like you see the bridge. The bridge, it was an example of a crude because it wasn't created without skill. It was just like, okay, we're going to put this rock. Okay, we're going to put this tree that's gonna be here, and we're gonna use like a bridge. But it wasn't created. It wasn't created. So you can make a crude bookshelf from a few bricks and a piece of wood. So crude, in other words, it's something that is basic. It's something that it's simple, it's rough. So that it's crude, something simple, something that it doesn't take so much time to create without skill or care, just for doing this. Number 4, it's to decline. What is decline? It's to refuse to accept something or to do something. You can decline. I have to decline the invitations to the party because I'm sick, you say. So you decline, you refuse to go because you have one reason. Or also it means a decrease in influence, strength or amount. A poor diet can cause a decline in health. So it means that you're going to become sick. So decline is to refuse, to reject, or do not accept. Is a contrary of accepting. Number 5, distinct. That word means not alike. It's something that it's different from others. Like you can tell the two kittens apart. That is the same example, because one has a distinct white stripe on its tail. So they are different. One kind and the other was on another kind. So this word is a contrary of similar. Distinct is the contrary of similar. Questions of definitions from 1 to 5. One word.
And what is crude?
Crude, number 3, it's something that you don't take care of doing that just for doing it. It's something made without skill, something that you created, something simple, You don't take too much time or care to create it just for doing it. Okay, I need to do this, I'm gonna do it. Something simple, just for doing it. It's crude.
Thank you.
Welcome. Now, let's see number 6. What is word number 6? It's evident, class. Evident is to something clear or plain to see. Like the examples that you see. If you see a person that it has a lot of chocolate on the cheeks, you're going to say, it's evident that you ate my chocolate, for example. It's evident that my dog ate my chocolate because I can see chocolate on his face. So it's evident, it's something that it's obviously, it's noticeable, it's something that just by seeing, you can notice that it might happen that. Next word we have impulse. Impulse means sudden wish or argue to do something. When the movie reached the scary part, I had the impulse to cover my eyes. So it's what I was telling you. Impulse is like the reaction. Oh, I don't want to see this part, so I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to cover my eyes with my hands. So you have the inclination, the desire, the needs, the will to do that. That is impulse. Number 8, interpret. Interpret means to explain the meaning or the importance of something. Like the doctor will interpret the lab results. When you go to the doctors and you have to make some exams, you go to the doctor, they make some exams to you, but you understand what is that exam saying to you. So you need the doctor to interpret. That person is going to explain you what does it mean, the results of that exam. It's going to tell you, oh, that means that you have to do this or that. So interpret means to explain the meaning of something, or trying to say the same that it was in the same, but in other words, to define, to clarify, to make understand. Orient. Orient means to adjust or adapt to a new and familiar situation, to find one's position in relation to new surroundings. For example, it took a few seconds for my eyes to orient themselves to the bright sunlight. So orient means to adapt something. Orient, for example, when you go to school the first day, you're going to have an orientation. They're going to orient. You have to familiarize yourself with the new themes or the new self-care that we need to take, like use that gel, wash your hands. So it's to orient, to familiarize with that. So that is orient. Number 10, we have the word sector. Sector is a part of a division of something. The part of a circle included between two radius. For example, each grade was assigned a different sector of the park to clean up. So sector is just one part. Sector means one part, one piece, one segment, just one size. Sector is like fractions. Like you have 4 parts and you just have 1 part or 2 parts. So you have one sector, just one part. two parts. Like the fractions that you don't have, you cannot have everything, you just have one part. Next word, number 11, is submit. Submit means to present or hand in something, to surrender or giving into someone or something. To submit, for example, young children will keep asking for something until you submit to their wishes. So it's something that it's to yield, to obey, it's to delight in the antonym. So submit, it's to like, to give something to somebody according to the needs or the wishes that they have. That is submit. So submit, for example, Rebecca can have one wish, Gabriela can have another wish. So if I want to submit the wishes, I need to know Gabriela's and Rebecca's wishes. What about number 12? That is zest. Zest means in strong interest of enjoyment. The explorer has a set for adventures and travel. So sense is to be like something that you will to do because you are happy when you're doing it. You have the passion, you have the interest to do that. So you are. Okay, thank you, Santiago Chavez. So you have the enthusiasms to do it. So says is to have that interest because you enjoy. Finished? Okay, questions from 6 to 12. One word that you want me to define. No. No. Okay, class. So we're going to finish with this. We're going to finish. Remember that today you don't have homework on spelling. You don't have homework today. So let's finish with this. To next.
Bye, Mia.
I see you.